Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
And I'm Jess.
And this is our third time recording in 2 weeks, which is a lot for us considering we usually only record once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck do we talk about?
Here, guys. What's new? We just talked to each other.
Yeah, we talked
Literally
like
2 days ago. Happy Friday. Well,
Yes, it is Friday.
ma'am, unemployed. It's special to me because I get my weekends on. Because I work.
Okay, dude. I mean, even when I worked, I didn't have weekends off.
Did you like not have 2 days off, or was it like the sucky one day work, and another day work?
Yeah, it was usually that. It was rare to get 2
Okay.
days off in a row.
That sucks.
That's retail life, man.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna be pretty picky about my next job now. Like, I do not want to work weekends. I do not want to work evenings. Like, you can suck my fat cock. I'm over that shit.
When I got my job at Triple O's, I was asked for an interview about my home life and Johnny, and she asked Johnny's schedule, and she gave me the exact same schedule as Johnny's
What the fuck?
without me asking nothing. I got Monday to Friday weekends off. It was so dope.
What the hell? I'm so confused.
Kindness.
Well, that could be an interesting.
Some people are kind, I guess. Some employers care.
Yeah. That could be an interesting topic. Do you have like a good interview story other than that, or like any like super weird questions that you were asked in an interview or anything like that?
I really don't remember. I know I don't remember a lot of interviews before I was 23 because I blocked them all out.
Did you wait, when did you first start job hunting? I don't remember your first job.
When
or
I
anything.
graduated college, I was going to all these interviews at dentist offices. Like I had like several a week. I would constantly go to different places around the lower mainland that was accessible by bus and or train.
What happened with that? I feel like you've told me several different things and I still don't really know what the true answer is.
With the dental assistant?
Yeah,
Honestly,
maybe you should talk.
have you heard of imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
That big time.
Okay, do you want to
Like
explain
I still
what you
have
mean?
it. Imposter syndrome. So like, like
Maybe
for
we
me-
should define it for people
Okay.
who don't know what it is, because I know what it is, but I don't think I'd be able to explain it. What is imposter syndrome? Refers to an external experience of believing that you are not as competent as others perceive you to be.
Yes. So like there was like a deep-rooted belief that I somehow like duped my college into giving me straight A's and like that graduating me on the honor roll. Like I somehow like managed to trick my way through all the government tests and exams, and like I just didn't know what I was doing whenever I'd go into the interviews or working interviews. Like I was so convinced that I had no idea what I was doing and that I didn't belong there, that I would fail every single one. Just completely bomb them all.
Oh.
Ugh, and just like thinking about it making me like so sick because I remember all those emotions of like feeling like I did not belong there. I'm trying to like trick everyone into thinking that I knew what I was doing, but I didn't, and like I did know what I was doing, but somehow like I tricked myself into believing I didn't know what I was doing. So it's like took me a long time to realize that that's what it was because I couldn't understand it myself. Like it was like, oh, my anxiety just fucked me up. I didn't know what to do, but like it definitely was that. Like I did not believe that I belonged there. Like I felt like I was a little kid playing pretend
Right.
at like a real career setting.
I see.
Yeah. It was really hard.
That That really sucks. And that makes me wonder, like, where that comes from. Do you think that that was a symptom of how we were raised?
I don't know, like just like for me with the severe social anxiety and the selective mutism for so long, like I don't relate to people as normally as other people do. I have a thing with authority figures, which I think is definitely a childhood thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is completely terrified of, and I think we were raised with conditional love, which also has me like completely terrified of like letting people down, and because I think I'm gonna be hated.
Right.
I think it's just really complex.
Yeah. It's probably a combination of
mm,
like many different
like
reasons.
everything.
And honestly, like your anxiety and all that could probably be connected back to the way we were raised as well.
mm-hmm.
Do you
Okay,
sorry, like I don't want to move on yet. But
okay, okay.
if you want to stop talking about it, then that's also okay. Just let me know.
I
Are we cool so far?
I'll listen to your question.
Okay. I wonder if like now how do you feel about it? Like obviously it's still the idea of it makes you anxious. You said it makes you feel sick. But is that just remembering the feelings that you had back then, or do you still think that you might
I
have that
still
imposter
have
syndrome?
these feelings. I still do,
Mm-hmm.
but I manage it a lot better now. Like have a stronger voice that like beats down these angry voices at myself, like the mean voices in my head.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a stronger voice that's like, shut up, like stop bullshitting me.
Right.
Like that's not true. Most of the time, I'm good. Like I'll still get the voices that tell me that I don't belong at my job,
Mm-hmm.
but I just be like, yeah, I do. Like obviously, I'm a smart person. I can do this. I was like, this is an easy job.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I can fight off the imposter kind of anxious thoughts. I mean, I think it was just this job where I started being able to fight it as strongly. Like at Tim Hortons and Triple O's, I had a pretty bad time too. Sometimes. Sometimes.
Why do you think your current job is different?
I feel like I've been there like so long. And at the other jobs I had, it was like a small group of people. But at this job, it's like 50 plus people, more women that I'm intimidated by, that I was able to overcome this intimidation and actually realize that, you know what, these are people too. Like, I shouldn't be so intimidated by authority figures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm able to, like, talk to management without, like, having an anxiety attack like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have that like fear of authority figures. Like I can have a relationship with my CEO without like, getting like petrified.
Right.
You know,
Well,
I'm like,
that's
that's
good.
a
That's
lot.
huge.
My CEO is like super chill, and she's just a person, which was like a big eye opener. Like thinking like authority figures were like a whole other level of I can never get there.
Right.
Like can't talk to them. Like what if I do something that makes them mad and then they'll hate me?
Fuck.
Mm. But
Well, I'm glad to hear that things have improved and are
like
continuing to improve.
I'm a lot better at dealing with it now, but it's still there. As you can tell by how anxious I'm getting by talking about it.
Yeah. Have you considered or had any thoughts about going back to school or pursuing something
It is something I think about
else? Mm-hmm.
a lot. A coworker of mine about I think 2 years ago, we had a coworker who was deaf. I'd mentioned her.
Uh-huh.
For some reason I loved learning sign and just seeking her out to talk to her with sign. And I
Right.
don't seek out people to talk to them. I hate talking to people. But like sign just felt like me. I felt so comfortable communicating with in sign. And like it made me so happy. And before she left me like a really nice letter about like how I should pursue learning sign to become like an ASL interpreter and stuff. So that's something I've thought about.
Oh, damn.
Because I really enjoy communicating in sign.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, as soon as you
definitely
said,
me.
yeah, as soon as you said, like, the deaf girl that you worked with, I was like, ah, because I do
Yeah.
remember you talked about it a lot back when
Yeah, it's like
you
such
worked
a like
together.
eye-opening experience communicating in sign. Like it was so different, but it was so me. And like
Yeah.
I understood her so well, like even though like we had a hard time communicating because I'm a total amateur. But I totally understood her like really easily because like her facial expressions, everything. It was so easy to pick up on her, and that she understood me so easily. I can communicate with body language. It's like normal for me to communicate with my body language, and she picked up on everything. She knew what I was saying without me like being a complete noob. Sigh.
That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
What a cool
So I wonder
career
if
that would
that was
be.
like, yeah, brought me back to like the how I tried to communicate with people when I was like a selective mute, like with facial expressions and that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I really appreciated it. She like totally picked up on that and understood me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you looked into that at all?
I have not. It was like a brief considering. Like I know like there's probably like short classes like on evenings and such. Like keep my job and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like school again. Like being scared of like the whole like renewing the imposter stuff. But I'm sure like I'm a completely different person than I was when I last went to school. So I'm pretty sure it
Yeah.
won't be.
I think that being able to identify it is probably the biggest step in overcoming it.
Being able to understand it, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Because back then I didn't even know what anxiety was. I just thought that I was some weird freak
right.
or a lazy person. As I used to be told all the time that I was just lazy.
That's so fucked up, man. I mean, I am glad that mental health is becoming like a much less
Common.
taboo subject.
Yeah. There's
People
more
are
education.
There's more education around it. People are raising awareness about a lot of mental health issues and a lot more like disabilities. Like you even see stuff about it on entertainment platforms and
TV shows.
TV shows, like streaming stuff like Twitch, like TikTok and
like there's a
YouTube.
Netflix show that like is about a kid with autism and with OCD, and it's like really interesting to see stuff
Right.
from that point of view.
I think your experience as a student would definitely be a lot different now.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be as petrifying
Yeah.
as it used to be.
Yeah.
Like straight up panic attack petrifying. Like, yeah, I'm always gonna be the quiet person, which I hate being labeled as, but I am always labeled as that. But like, I'm not as quiet as I used to.
Right.
Like, I'm as terrified as like asking for help or voicing my opinion.
Yeah, and like you just always got to remind yourself that the only person that you really need to be comparing yourself to is your past self. So,
yeah.
if you compare yourself now to like the way you were 10 years ago,
20 years ago,
20 years ago, 30 years ago,
10 years not for that.
like I can,
yeah, definitely. It's complete 180 change.
as your sister who used to literally translate your expressions to the classroom back in elementary school, I can tell you, you have come a long way.
Ugh, thanks for reminding me.
Don't be hard on yourself, man.
I know.
You were going through a lot of bullshit, and like just be kind to yourself.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
I do my best to be nice.
You can recognize the flaws in yourself, but also recognize where they came from. I think one of my biggest flaws is that I have this superiority complex.
You got it.
Fuck you.
Laughing because it's something Eric and I constantly joke about it. Like, we love you, but it's like really like an inside joke.
Wow, okay. I don't make fun of you behind your back.
Hey, it's what's gonna happen. You're the golden child, and then we're like the two, like, why can't you be like your sister? It's always gonna be that, like, special sister. Man, I took a Snapchat of Mom's place of her shrine to you.
Oh.
I sent it to Eric. It's just an inside joke for the two of us. We're like, God damn it, Raven. You're always the star of our parents' life. Because Mom's crib has a shrine for you.
Literally. All my old art that I, like, don't give a shit about. And I'm like, can we throw this out, please?
And her bedroom, too, is, like, full of your trophies.
Yeah. All my trophies, all my medals, all of my awards from school. The living room is all my art. Oh fucking hell.
And they're all, like, self-portraits.
Yeah. I don't do self-portraits because I am narcissistic, okay? Those were all tasked to me. They were part of the project requirements.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you are.
So just so you know.
I just find it so funny. Like,
okay.
It's nothing, like, malicious. It was just hilarious.
True. Mm-hmm. Like, where's all your awards? And
I don't have any. Like, I was on honor roll, yeah, but it's 3.6 GPA. That's not award worthy.
That's good though.
I mean, it got me out of class for that movie night or movie hour. Oh, what was it that they did it?
Huh?
If you are on the honor roll, there is a day where you can skip a class and watch a movie at the theater.
I don't remember this at all, dude.
What the?
I believe you, and it like rings a bell in my head, but I just have a terrible memory.
Bruh, I just remember going by myself because none of my friends were honor roll kids.
Right.
They all skipped the class.
Yeah.
I liked it because coming off class, even though Dad hated it, he wanted me to stay in class. What's the point of the honor roll then?
Yeah. Anyway, that's one of my biggest flaws, I think. Which also, like, I can recognize that myself, and I can recognize where it comes from.
Golden child mentality, yeah.
Being told that my value comes from my grades.
Conditional love.
Exactly. And so, yeah, I like get these feelings that I have to be the best at anything, and if there's a possibility of failure, like, don't try because you can't fail at anything.
Yeah, because I can't imagine the golden child falling from grace.
Yeah, and it's like
they would have a meltdown.
I can't ruin like this reputation that I've gained by failing at something. So if there's a possibility of failing, don't try, which is obviously like really fucked up and sucks because like there are things that I am interested in and would love to try, but it's like, yeah, I'm terrified of failure. But anyway, the point of all this is that I'm saying even though I can recognize this in myself and recognize where it comes from, it's not an excuse to like be a shitty person to other people. So it's not an excuse, and you still need to work on bettering yourself.
It's a reason, not an excuse. Yeah, I see that a lot. There's a lot of people golden. Do you often go on r/raised by narcissists? There's a lot of people who are golden children talking about the same thing that you did, about they're being terrified of failure because they were raised with conditional love and they're used to being the best at everything, and that's the only way that their parents loved them. Was because they're the best at everything, and now like they have like a terrible fear of failure and they can't get ahead in life because they're afraid of trying new things because they're afraid of failure. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it sucks, and I'm still like working on how to get over it because I don't know if I've made any progress.
Yeah, it's hard to make progress for me.
I think you've made a lot of progress, so.
Yeah, I had to force it to happen. The big change, I had to force it.
And you, like, kind of took it in steps, I would say, over a much longer period of time. Because I think that we recognize these things in you, like, far earlier, I would say. Like, back in elementary school, we knew it was quote unquote, like, weird to not speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it became, like, a goal with you to speak once you got into high school.
I only spoke in high school because Dad convinced me that I was gonna get my ass beat by the teenagers if
Are
I
you
didn't talk.
serious?
Yeah, I was so scared of being killed by the teenagers that I forced myself to talk.
What a shitty dad. What a shitty, shitty dad and a shitty, shitty person. I'm sorry, that really fucking pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah, not talking was like a safe thing for me because that's what I was used to.
Right.
Even then, I didn't know how to talk to people. You know, when I was like 23, I read so many books on conversations and how to talk to people
Really?
just to learn basic social skills.
Oh
'Cause I
no.
had that. I still like I still don't.
Oh, I'm the same. I mean, I've worked in customer service for almost 10 years and I still don't know how to have a conversation with people about like shit I'm not interested
Small
in.
talk.
Yeah.
Man, like I have a hard time just like asking my coworkers how they are, what they did over the weekend, because at the end of the day, like that's just horrible. But I don't care. And I feel like I'm faking it. Like I feel like I'm reading lines off of a script in my head whenever I talk to my coworkers.
Right.
Because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've told me about this before.
Like yeah, I have like a really hard time.
Yeah.
This is I don't connect with people.
Do you think that's like is that everybody or are there like one or two people in your life
There
who you
are
actually care?
people I have like say like I have coworkers that I do like, but when I find a coworker that I do like, it's worse because I come crazy obsessed with them.
What do you mean?
So crazy obsessed. And then like all I think about is this person. And it becomes so stressful and it gets so anxiety ridden because I can become convinced that I'm gonna fuck up somehow, that I'm gonna make them dislike me, and they're gonna maybe like figure out that I'm actually a loser and they're gonna hate me. And like it just drives me nuts. It's so bad.
That makes me really sad.
Yeah, so like I have a hard time making friends. Like there's a couple of coworkers who like I really like at my job, but like I have a really hard time like with conversations with them or just be like, "Hi, how are you?" Like it feels so awkward.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they know I'm awkward, but they still like me.
Yeah. Those people then, do you care, like those people that you really like, if you were to ask them like how their weekend was or whatever, do you actually care about the answer for them or do you still not care?
I don't care about the answer, but I care enough about them to pretend to care about the answer, which is weird. Like I pretend to care about everyone else's whatever they're trying to, whatever they say to me, or if they're like small talking me, I'll pretend to care and I'll go through the scripts in my head of how to talk to people. But like with these people, like I'll care enough to like give inputs or like ask questions, but I don't really like care. I'm just like I care enough to make them feel like that I care about them.
Right.
Does that sound so sympathetic? It sounds so detached.
No, I mean, I feel similarly. Like if I look back at my old job, I can't think of a single person where I didn't have to push myself to like ask them how their weekend was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not just you. And there are even some people who I like really like and I'm like I could be friends with them and whatever, and I still would just rather not do small talk.
Small talk sucks, man.
Like if I walk in on someone who's having a conversation about like Star Wars or something, then yeah, I am into it. Like let's talk.
Yeah.
But if it's I really, yeah, I'm the same, I guess. I don't care how their weekend was. I do want to know though if they went to see the new Star Wars and how it was.
Yeah. I feel like some of my coworkers have found out that if they want me to talk to them or have conversation with me to talk about our products,
Okay.
like our clothing, like, oh, did you see this? Or you want to buy that? Or what do you think of this? And I'll freaking join that conversation. I'm like, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
like our stuff.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it. I think it's really sweet that some of them have figured it out. Well, that's how they approach conversations to me. Like, they don't bother asking about my weekend, but they'll
Right.
ask me about, like, what do you think of this product? And I'll be like, yeah. But yeah, that's don't really talk about anything.
Yeah. Well, you're not alone. And I get friendly with coworkers and like we can joke and like talk about shit that we're interested in and whatever, and I can like see myself being friends with them, but somehow I don't know how to get to that point even with like people who I do want to be friends with outside of work.
Yeah,
I don't know how to take it from
acquaintance to friend.
work coworkers who are friendly to like actually hanging out outside of work.
Right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's something I really struggle with. And I
Mhm.
see coworkers who have become friends and they hang out outside of work all the time and I feel left out.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I'm like like what am I doing wrong?
Right.
Am I actually just like a shitty person that people don't care about? Or like am I
Mhm.
doing something that makes me standoffish? Or like do I have to take some step that would
You probably have to take that step of let's hang out.
yeah, but well, like why do I have to be the person who asks it? You know?
True.
Like
Mhm.
who I mean, I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't know how. I have hung out with coworkers outside of work before, but it was usually like a one-time thing and like never really ended up going anywhere.
Yeah.
And those are almost more painful because then it's like, fuck, what did I do wrong?
Yes. And like I had friends in Abbotsford from coworkers there, which I magically made. It was like so happy because it's the first friends I've made in adulthood. And
uh,
it when I moved, it freaking fizzled, and it made me so sad.
yeah,
Yeah, I think after I moved, I began to realize that I didn't really have much in common with them aside from triplos.
right.
That we were coworkers, and now that we're no longer coworkers,
Yeah.
there wasn't much anymore. It's really sad.
It's
I also feel
natural.
like I'm not that interested in making friends because I'm like, it's just going to end like this, and
Uh,
it makes me sad. I guess I'm still trying to protect myself a little.
yeah. I'm kind of there
Mm.
too. And it's like once you leave a job and go somewhere else, suddenly it's yeah, much it takes much more of an effort to
Like, how on earth do you even talk to them?
continue that relationship.
Right? Like, small talk, I don't do that. So, how do you keep in touch?
Yeah. But anyway, we've probably talked about this for long enough.
Yeah, it's kind of like, is this like a buzzkill?
Yeah, let's bring this up and talk about a storm of swords.
With another buzzkill chapter by Tyrion.
Oh shit. Yay! This whole episode's gonna be a downer, so prepare
Yeah,
yourselves.
buzzkill. So,
Let's see. Yeah, we're on chapter 4, which is Tyrion.
Tyrion, what tea are you drinking, madame?
Oh, thank you for asking. I am drinking Mission Chill.
Delicious. I love Mission Chill. It's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I got Eric Mission Chill for Christmas as well.
Oh, does he drink
But
tea?
just Mission Chill. He doesn't like black tea, just herbals. So he just got Mission Chill.
Ah, okay. So,
And he does. He has quite a collection of tea.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, this is like the caffeine-free mint herbal tea that you gifted me for Christmas from Zadako
Mint.
Tea Co.
Mint chamomile. I feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
the best way to describe it. And it's good.
It is good.
And man, I love seeing the little flowers in there, the little daffodils. It's so cute.
Yeah. And what are you drinking?
Oh, the turmeric tea again, because I freaking love that. It's really good for my tummy.
Okay. All right, chapter 4 is Tyrion.
Tyrion, that's a me.
That's a you.
So a sound wakes Tyrion, who is still with fever, and he's very freaking weak. Bronn walks into the candlelight, and he is dressed very nicely, and he looks very well groomed, which
That's
is
unusual.
very unusual for Bronn.
Yeah.
So Tyrion asks where he's been, because he sent for him eons ago, but Bronn explains that every time he did come to visit, Tyrion had been fast asleep. Tyrion notices Bronn's new sigil, which is a flaming green chain on a smoke gray field, and he's now Sir Bronn of the Blackwater.
What
He's
the?
a knight.
Who knighted this motherfucker?
Right. Tyrion is upset at how fast his father moved him from the tower and knighted his men, and suspects that his father was isolating him on purpose.
Oh.
Bronn tells him that there's only 3 White Cloaks left, because the rest were killed in battle.
Damn.
And the Hound disappeared. They don't know where he went. They just know that he just freaking bounced.
Yeah.
Traitor.
Like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Fire? Hell no.
Apparently, Sir Jocelyn? Is that his name?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that was Tyrion's, the guy he assigned to be captain of the Gold Cloaks, I believe.
Uh-huh.
It was Tyrion's man, and apparently he was killed by his own men when he tried to stop them from fleeing when Joffrey was taken back inside the castle.
What the
During the
fuck?
battle. Yeah, he was like, no, we have to fight, and his own men fucking killed him just to escape.
What?
Blah. Jesus Christ. The chaos.
Wow.
Shagga and the Stone Crows are still in the Kingswood, but Timett and the Burned Men have left, and apparently Chella and the Black Ears were chased off, which I suspect was because she's a woman, and Tywin Lannister had no respect for her, and instead of giving her the gold that she's due, freaking kicked her out, had her chased out of King's Landing.
What the is that just your thoughts on it? Or?
That's my thoughts. All Tyrion knows is that she was chased out by the Gold Cloaks. She and her Black Ears were chased out of King's Landing.
Okay. Well, that's
she didn't get. I don't think she got any payment or nothing. No, she came asking for her payment, what she was due, and they chased her out instead. So I'm assuming it was possibly a sexist thing because he paid the men.
He did pay the men.
Yeah, he paid Shagga and Timett.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, so Chella got short end of the stick.
Yeah, no kidding. Typical.
Tyrion's pretty pissed off about that.
Yeah.
He's angrily thinking that, her men died for this battle and this is how she's treated.
Yeah.
So Tyrion starts to make plans about trading Tommen for Alayaya. If you remember, Tyrion took Tommen away and hid him away.
Uh-huh.
Because Cersei, I think she took Alayaya.
Yeah.
Who she thought was Tyrion's whore. I guess Tyrion had playing as Shay's replacement, I guess.
Yeah.
So he starts thinking about how he's got to return Tommen to Cersei, but apparently Alayaya has a word. Alayaya? God, I said it just fine last time, but now it's what is this word again?
Alayaya.
Alayaya. But apparently Alayaya had already been released after a public whipping.
Fuck.
Bruh.
The Lannisters suck, dude.
Tyrion's horrified because this is just an innocent girl. She didn't do anything except for take Shay's place.
Oh my god.
And he's also sickened because he promised Cersei that he was going to treat Tommen as she treated Alayaya, but he doesn't want to whip Tommen.
Yeah, he's just gonna throw this tiny child out in the middle of the street
and
publicly whip him.
It's fuck, do I have to uphold my end of the bargain? But Bronn tells him that when Sir Jocelyn died, his guards gave up Tommen to Cersei's.
Oh.
So Tommen's already back. He's fine.
Can you imagine being Tyrion right now?
Yeah, you're like, oh my god.
Like, everything he worked so hard for just down the fucking drain because he got
Swept
bonked
under his
in the head.
Uh-huh. Apparently, the people of King's Landing are claiming that Renly's ghost killed Stannis and was the reason that they won. Yeah, Renly's ghost.
No, other way around.
Stannis's ghost killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah. Bronn tells Tyrion that his father, Tywin, is sending Lord Tarly to deal with some Stark men up north and that he is going to go with and fight them.
Wait, Tywin is going north?
No. Tywin is sending Lord Tarly and some men, and Bronn wants to go with.
Bronn wants to go up north.
Yeah, he wants to go and fight with Lord Tarly.
Why?
I don't know. He wants to kill. He doesn't like sitting around.
But he gets paid well and, like, doesn't have to do much except protect Tyrion.
I guess.
I mean, does he have other responsibilities now that he's been knighted?
Oh no, make an heir. Tyrion forbids him and says that he's captain of the Hand's Guard. But Bronn's like, your father is Hand now. He has his own guard. So Tyrion asks if Bronn still likes gold. Bronn's like, duh. So Tyrion gives him a new job, which is to find out what he can about Sir Mandon Moore, who is the guy who tried to kill Tyrion.
Oh.
So he gives Bronn another job. Tyrion says that he wants to visit his papa. So he gets out of bed, but he's like really weak, so he needs help. So Pod comes in, and Pod and Bronn and Tyrion all work together to get him dressed. In basically pajamas, I guess. It sounds like pajamas the way it's described. Like, it's not fancy clothes. It's basically in a robe. And then they head
stuff in a house robe.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty epic.
So they head to the Hand of the Tower, or the Tower of the Hand. But there's like lots of stairs, and Tyrion's a bit weak, so he has to like freaking ask Bronn to carry him like a baby.
Oh no.
Which he hates. He's miserable the entire time, but he's got to do what he's got to do. When they get pretty close to the solar, Tyrion chooses to climb himself. I don't think he can bear the embarrassment and the shame of his father seeing it being carried.
Yeah. Okay.
So when Tyrion enters, Tywin acknowledges him, and Tyrion is like, "Please do remember me, my lord." Sass.
Yep.
So Tyrion's left alone with his dad, and Tywin lets Tyrion know that Joffrey and Marjorie are going to get married on the first day of the new year, which is also the first day of the new century. So it's supposed to be like a celebration of the new era of Lannisters.
Ooh.
Power, I guess.
Ooh.
That's how Tyrion recognizes this. It's like the new era of Lannister power. So after like some back and forth talking, which I think it's just basically time wasting as Tyrion slowly gathers the courage to actually tell his father what he's there for. After a while, Tywin gets bored of this conversation. He's like, "Hey, well, tell me what the heck you want. Why are you here?" And so Tyrion says a little bloody gratitude will be nice for winning the battle. Tywin says, like, no one denies the part he played. And Tyrion is like, "But I saved the city." Tywin disagrees, says that it was his army that turned the tide of the battle, and it was Cersei who set the pyromancers on the fleet. That the wildfire was her idea.
I'm sorry, what? He says that?
Me? Yeah, it was Cersei. He says it was Cersei who got the pyromancers to make the wildfire, and that the wildfire was her idea. It was her plan.
The fuck? What does Tyrion say to that?
He didn't say nothing. I was so bad.
Are you sure that's what he says?
Let's find this job.
That's because that's insane.
I was.
That's just blatantly untrue.
Fuck. Okay, let's find this. I was told that it was your sister Cersei who set the pyromancers to making the wildfire that destroyed the Baratheon fleet. While all I did was get my nose hairs trimmed. Is that it? Tyrion could not keep the bitterness out of his voice.
Wait, what page is that?
Page 63 at the very bottom and 64 at the very top. Maybe Tyrion knows better than to argue with his father once his father believes something. I don't know. Maybe he's been used to being gaslit for so long.
What the hell? I'm so confused. That's just blatantly wrong. Like, it was Tyrion who went to the pyromancers, right? Am I remembering this wrong?
You're not. You're remembering it right. It was Tyrion. The pyromancers were all Tyrion. I feel like Tyrion knows that once his father believes something different, like, there's no way that he can change his mind.
Oh.
I think it's one of those relationships. So Tyrion's been reduced to someone who barely did anything to save the city. It was all Cersei.
Oh my god.
While he was out. Yep.
At least Tywin gives him the credit of the chain.
Yeah, like, that was smart. The chain was a good idea.
He's just so like Tyrion... throwing him a bone.
Yeah. So Tyrion stands and he tells his father that he wants Casterly Rock. That's his birthright. Jaime, as a knight of the Kingsguard, is forbidden to marry or have children, so he can't be the heir to Casterly Rock, right? So it has to pass on to him.
I think he's also forbidden to, like, hold properties or lands.
Yeah, he's forbidden to hold lands as a knight of the Kingsguard.
Yeah.
And he wants his father to stand before the realm and proclaim Tyrion as his son and lawful heir.
Ooh.
Tywin says never. Tyrion asks why, even though he knows that he will regret asking this and he doesn't actually know the answer. He doesn't want to actually know the answer.
Oh,
and
my
so
heart.
I wrote down the page, so I can write down exactly what the fuck
this says.
You ask that? You who killed your mother to come into this world? You are an ill-made, devious, disobedient, spiteful little creature full of envy, lust, and low cunning. Men's laws give you the right to bear my name and display my colors, since I cannot prove that you are not mine. To teach me humility, the gods have condemned me to watch you waddle about wearing that proud lion that was my father's sigil and his father's before him. But neither gods nor men shall ever compel me to let you turn Casterly Rock into your whorehouse. Ugh.
Fucking harsh, dude.
Whoa. Tyrion realizes that it was his father who had Alayea whipped. Tywin asks if it's true that he threatened his own nephew. And Tyrion admits that, yeah, he did threaten Tommen, and that it was Tywin who was the one who taught him that a good threat is often more telling than a blow. But he never really meant to harm Tommen. It was just to keep Alayea safe. So Tywin tells him to go back to bed and that he will get his reward and to never to speak of Casterly Rock again, and that the next whore that he finds in his bed, he will hang. And that
Yikes.
is that chapter. So that was a pretty harsh chapter.
Okay, Tywin's on my shit list.
Mm-hmm.
He is officially on there now. Just check, Tywin, motherfucker. Lannister.
Smart, but not smart enough to see past Tyrion's dwarfism.
It's not a matter of, like, intelligence. It's a matter of
humanizing him, or embarrassment from the proud.
Yeah, he's like
proud house.
I don't know. It's just his perception of Tyrion is overshadowed by Tyrion's disability, which is prejudice and disgusting and fucked up.
Pretty telling to see that all Tywin sees when he looks at Tyrion is like a little beast, little monster who killed his mother.
It makes me wonder, like, how things would be different if Tyrion was not as intelligent as he is.
Ugh.
Like, say Tyrion was just, like, a dumb idiot.
Yeah.
Like, how would Tywin treat him then?
Probably wouldn't even be able to leave.
Honestly, I think that maybe, this is just speculation, maybe Tywin almost sees it as pathetic that Tyrion tries to overcome his disability by being intelligent or like putting in an effort to actually be his father's son and bring pride to the Lannister name.
Probably. I think his father is also, I would say, ashamed and humiliated to have a disabled son.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that this is his punishment, maybe, or that this is what, as he says, like, to be taught humility by the gods.
Yeah, it's just, it's not fucking fair.
No, it's pretty hard to read Tyrion through that.
It's disgusting, and it is hard to read that.
Pissed me off. What really pissed me off was Cersei taking freaking credit for the wildfire.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? I don't even understand.
Right? What the fuck? Come on.
I'm so confused.
I think the whole thing is toxic. Without Jaime there to vouch for Tyrion, Tyrion just gets shot all over. Jaime's definitely his only friend.
Yeah. Well, there are things in the story that I look forward to now.
I guess that's kind of telling of Jaime's character. Like, even though, like, he's a massive asshole, willing to push little boys out windows, he loves his little brother.
Yeah. He's not 100% evil.
No. There is a little bit of good in there.
Yep. Alright, so chapter 5 is Davos. Jake will be doing a jig of happiness right now as he hears this.
Why?
Davos is his favorite.
Oh, has he explained why? Why is Davos your favorite?
He has. I think he just likes his story. And he thinks he's like a badass.
The whole Onion Knight story?
Yeah.
The smuggler?
Yeah. Alright, so.
Does he like Stannis?
I don't know, I haven't asked.
Because I feel like Stannis really helps with Davos' character development. Of moving the fingers and getting him the change of heart to serve him. So I wonder. Continue.
Alright. Davos is on a rock in the middle of Blackwater Bay, and he's been there for 3 or 4 days. He's dying of thirst and has a fever, and knows it will not be much longer till it's all over. Everything is too wet to start a fire, his only shelter is a hollow cave, and there's nothing to eat except the occasional tiny crab that washes ashore. But now there's a sail on the horizon growing larger. He can tell
He drank his own pee.
Oh, did it say
several times? I think he caved and drank his own pee.
Oh, that sucks.
Once at least? Pretty sure he did. I think so. Or was it another? You know what? Continue. Just ignore me. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Oh no.
We forgot to, like, remind ourselves where our characters left off. But for those who forget, Davos, we last saw him plunge into the water after being in the Battle of Blackwater Bay.
I think Tyrion was in a coma. Or yes. No, he took off his bandages and looked at his face. Is that what it was?
Yes, that sounds right.
Okay, yeah, he saw his face. He doesn't have a nose. No more nose.
Well, he has like half a nose or something, right?
Yeah, I think like the nostrils are gone.
Weird.
So he's got like the skull nose, like a red skull. That Marvel villain. Is that right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Good job.
Woo! I can be geek too. I too am nerd.
Ooh, you need to watch WandaVision.
Oh, shit, I keep forgetting about that. Where's that again?
It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Okay.
Dude, it's seriously so fucking amazing. But before you watch WandaVision, I would suggest watching X-Men.
X-Men?
Yeah. Like the newer ones, like maybe
Message them to me, because I'm not gonna remember.
do X-Men First Class and Days of Future Past.
Are they also on Disney?
Yeah, they are. Do Days of Future Past. And I'm assuming you've seen all, like, the X-Men movies and all the MCU movies, right?
I don't think I've seen the latest Spider-Man.
Okay, that's fine. So if you've seen all of these, then that's good. So they'll just be, like, reminders, but they're good reminders.
They're the ones with Salsa, right?
Yeah.
Salsa. Didn't she play
Salsa's in Apocalypse.
Dark Phoenix or something? Phoenix?
Yeah.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Her name?
She's not in Days of Future Past, I don't think. Is she?
Okay. I don't know. Bruh.
But she's in Apocalypse for sure. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program. But now there's a sail on the horizon growing larger. Davos can tell it will pass within hailing distance, but he isn't even sure if he wants his life anymore. His sons are dead. How can he possibly go on? And then there's a recollection of the ship battle included in this chapter. Obviously because it's a new book and readers might not remember exactly what happened. It basically just reminds us of the wildfire and the iron chain that the Lannisters used.
The Battle of Blackwater Bay?
Yeah, but this recollection also tells us what happened after Davos fell in the water.
Ew!
He had swum to the bottom of the river and passed underneath the chain, burning ships and wildfire.
Even just reading that, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's insane.
I think it's called thalassophobia if you're deep water.
Ooh.
Open waters. Like, so scary.
Yeah.
Continue.
He'd always been a strong swimmer. He swam past other men drowning in their plate and mail. Excuse me. God.
Bruh. Keep that in.
Well, if you say it, I must. He knew he had to swim to the surface because he was nearly out of air, but he was afraid he had not yet passed the chain, and he would drown if he came up under a ship. Eventually, he can no longer tell which way is up, and he panics and swims frantically, and basically, like, blacks out. The next thing he knows, he is laying upon his rock. Being an ex-smuggler, Davos is very familiar with the waters around King's Landing, and he knows his rock is but a speck on the charts. People don't sail by here. He thinks he deserves to die on this rock, and perhaps they'll name it Onion Rock after him.
Nice. What a formidable name. I'll remember that.
Onion Rock. He had let his sons die, and their loved ones will weep for them. Quote, Dale would never give his wife the child they had prayed for, and Allard, with his girl in Old Town, and his girl in King's Landing, and his girl in Bravos, they would all be weeping soon. End quote. Bruh, Allard was a playa. The sail is almost on him. Davos reaches for the pouch around his throat that holds his finger bones, but it's gone. No! Not his finger bones!
Lost finger bone? I missed that part!
Yeah, he doesn't have his finger bones.
God damn it, I'm upset. Hope he finds them, because in the show he has them throughout the entire show.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's got his fingy bone.
Well, maybe someone, like, picked it up in the water or something. We'll see.
God, I hope. Continue.
Davos thinks that the fire took his luck as well as his sons.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really think about it, a ship coming to this random spot in the middle of Blackwater Bay seems pretty fucking lucky to me, Davos.
Yeah. Kinda sus.
Kinda sus.
What's going on? What are they doing? What is their motive? What are they looking for?
Okay, that's a good point. The point I was making was just that he's like, oh, my finger bones are gone, there goes my luck.
Oh, well,
But,
yeah.
like,
yeah,
there's a ship floating towards you. That seems pretty lucky. So your luck is clearly not gone.
Maybe it's bad luck. Maybe they're slavers.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit!
Right? Imagine that's his luck.
You don't get to die. You have to live the rest of your life slaving away. Davos prays to the mother, asking her to save them, saying the fire took it all. And it's probably just the wind, but Davos thinks he hears her reply that he's the one who called the fire. You burned us, she says. So he's like praying to her. He's like, please save us. The fire took it all. And then she replies, like, you called the fire, bitch.
Does he think that because the idols were burnt by Missandra that's why they lost?
I think that when he was praying, he was thinking about the wildfire. But now that he hears that response, when she says, you burned us, that's when he thinks about burning the idols. So he says it was the red woman who burned the mother and the other idols. But deep down, he knows it was his work as well. Like, he did some shady shit. He rode into Storm's End so that she could loose her shadow child. And he rode beneath her banner, and he watched the seven burn and did nothing.
Yeah, he did. He did, yep.
He is far from guiltless. The sail is now 100 yards away and will soon pass. Davos climbs to the top of his rock. He has to live, for a little while more at least. There is something he has to do. Ooh. He waves and calls for the ship. There is a name painted on her hull, but Davos can't read. The sailors gape down at him, and one asks who he is. He says he was a knight in the battle. The sailor asks which king he serves, and that's when Davos realizes the galley might be Joffrey's. Oh, fuck.
So lucky.
But Davos sees that the ship's hull is striped. She is Lysine. She is Salador Sands. I don't remember who that is. I recognize the name, but I don't remember.
That's his pirate friend.
Okay.
From Essos. Who joined the battle for him. Yes.
Okay.
They used to smuggle together back in his smuggle days.
His smuggling days.
Smuggling days.
The mother sent the ship here. She has a task for him. Davos remembers that he still has other sons and a loving wife and a king. Davos shouts that he serves King Stannis, and the man in the boat says that they do too. And that's it. That's the end of that chapter.
Ooh, so he was lucky.
Yes.
Or was he?
Oh, bow, bow, bow.
Does he want to go back? What's going on there?
Well, my question coming out of this chapter is, what is this task that Davos has now? That he says that the mother has for him?
To get rid of the red woman.
Okay, well, all right.
Put her down. That's it. He feels guilt.
Yeah,
for
we
the
come
burning
on.
of the idols. I think he's there to bring Stannis back to the light. Not the Lord of Light, but like the light of the seven.
Anyway, yes, that's the obvious answer, that he needs to take care of Melisandre, and take care, I put in quotes, take care of Melisandre.
Take care of Melisandre?
Take care of her. Yeah. So he needs to turn Stannis back to oh my god.
Thanos.
That's new.
Who's this character?
He needs to take Stannis back to the Seven and get rid of Melisandre. So Davos has this purpose now. Holy shit, it's gonna be Davos versus Melisandre? Dang.
Saving Stannis?
Shut the fuck up. Alright.
No, I had something about Davos again, but I forgot what I was gonna say. I got distracted.
By Stannis?
Yeah.
And taking care of Melisandre.
Thanos!
Well, that's the end of this episode. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at TIGBAB Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is Jess.Egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search TIGBAB Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Bahrami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of this episode, and he's a really cool guy and makes dope stuff, so check him out. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, such as behind-the-scenes content, outtakes, and mini-episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he hates. So you will be getting something in return for your contribution, and you'd also be helping us improve the podcast with better equipment, but we also just appreciate you listening. And please don't forget to share the podcast with your family and your friends. It is the best way for us to grow.
Mooches. Gracias para. I don't know how to say. Listen. Is it a scooch? No, it's not a scoocher. I'm trying.
What the fuck is coming out of your mouth right now?
I'm trying to. Habla español. I'm not even doing it right. Thanks for listening. Patron shout out to Tobias.
Nice. You said his name right.
Jake.
Okay. And Jake. Tobias! And Jake. Woo! Tobias! And Jake.
I mean, Jake! Yeah!
Too late. Don't ruin the joke now. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Bye!
Bye!